Learning to curse. Learning to curse.
Welcome to the classroom, motherfuckers. This is Learning to Curse with Adam and Chuck.
And then there was that one time in... Oh yeah, we're back.
Oh, and we're back.
Did we ever really leave? I mean... why do I sound like a foreigner sometimes when I talk? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's because we record so late.
I don't know.
I love it.
You're into
Not complaining.
80s rock, butt rock?
Butt rock.
Foreign.
Butt rock!
Well,
and we're back!
On the last episode, we talked about Dawkin, and now we're talking about Foreigner.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, we're back. We're going to spitball.
It has a Snapchat thingy.
Oh, cool.
I'm drinking a Bud Light, thanks to Chuck.
Did you ever notice the Snapchat thing is a ghost?
It is. It fits our podcast.
Yeah, it does.
See, why do I say things weird?
What did you just say?
Podcast.
Podcast. It fits our podcast, and this is an episode.
Okay, here's the truth.
He's an alien.
I'm a disinfo agent. I'm an alien.
Yeah.
I know many languages. I'm trying to assimilate into the human race as a whole.
Yeah, kind of like in Coneheads.
A-hole.
Yeah, you are an a-hole.
So sometimes I mix up what language I'm speaking.
So what are we drinking tonight?
The Bud Light Orange.
Bud Light Orange. Yeah,
The
it's
orange.
new. I bought it.
Dude, this is good.
It smells good.
Light lager. Brewed with real orange peels. I had to turn the can. That's why I'm reading like an idiot.
Oh, no,
right
that's
now.
fine.
With natural citrus flavors.
It's not bad.
If I turn the can faster, I talk more normal.
We're gonna have to like look at all of the different times that we've had a beverage on this show and how often they're citrus flavored. It's quite often.
It is a common theme.
Yeah.
We're citrusy kind of guys.
I like it. You know, it's more for the flavor. It's like the same reason why I suck
Yeah.
dick. It's for the flavor, but it's not because I'm gay. It's for the flavor.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Where's Brian when we need him? Not for that.
Oh, okay.
Never fills you up and never lets you down. There you go. He does it so well.
Yeah. Oh, it's not bad.
So, yeah, we
It's
are
actually
back.
really fucking good.
That is Chuck, and it is he's not sucking cock. He is
You don't know what I'm doing.
he just finished his Bud Light. Fuck.
Yeah, damn.
He literally finished his Bud Light.
And that's Adam over there.
Yes.
Across the table.
Not
from me.
finished with his Bud Light.
Not yet.
I talk too much to
Bud
get
Light
my
Orange.
drinks done that quick.
Like, I've had a Bud Light Lime. It wasn't bad.
Orange Light.
I like this better.
Roxanne,
Yeah.
you don't have to put on the orange light.
So we're going to be spitballing, which is a gross term. I don't even know where that term came from. Do you think that term is paranormal?
No, but spitballing is spitballing. People know what spitballing.
I know what it is, but what's the origin of the term?
I don't know.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Spitballing? That's gross.
exactly.
Is it like a baseball thing?
Yeah, inside baseball.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are using that now. It's funny because
Yeah.
you said it on one of our live videos, and then
I said it
now
on
I'm
the-
hearing it everywhere and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like an ex-girlfriend's car or something, like the model of her car. I see it everywhere now. It's everywhere. Everybody has one.
I left my underwear in the
Oh
back
my
seat of that
goodness.
car.
Oh man, I left a
My
20
crucifix condoms in
and
there.
I was gonna say a condom. That's the funny thing.
Fucking crucifix condom. That's
but-
so funny.
So the idea for the spitballing, I mean, because we spitball a lot on these episodes.
I mean, we kind of spitball a lot beforehand, so this is the reason
Yeah.
for the inside
The season.
baseball type situation, because we're gonna actually spitball some ideas, and make an episode out of it. Because why the fuck not?
and we don't know what we're talking
I'll
about
tell you
other than
why.
it's paranormal.
I'm gonna actually tell you why. Because
Let's
at the
hear why.
beginning of this whole thing of learning to
Is
curse
this like the
with
last
Adam and Chuck,
episode with Jeremy where you're answering yourself?
No.
Okay.
No. We're gonna do that more. That's gonna be
Yes.
funny. But at the beginning of when we decided to start doing Learning to Curse with Adam and Chuck,
Yes.
we told
And
ourselves
friends. This should be Adam and Chuck and friends
Right.
at this point.
we told ourselves we're going to make or release an episode once a week for the rest of the year. Like basically all the time. There's not going to be a break. Like at the
So what
end
he's
of
trying
the-
to say is this is just filler to make sure we have the episode quota.
Exactly.
I'm kidding.
Exactly. No, we're
this is
trying to
gonna
make
be
our
legit.
quota. But no, I mean,
That too.
there's actually, if you guys are thinking, a lot of podcasts, and I'm not like knocking them down, they do really good stuff, and I don't mind a break in between because it gives me the opportunity to catch up on other podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
But a lot of my favorites, they steamroll through it. Every week, they are there. The day they say they're there, they are there.
But there are a lot of those, though, that do it, but they have like a set...
And it's nothing against them.
Right.
Because people have lives outside of podcasts.
Even if they're doing it a little bi-weekly, once a week, once a month...
haunted.
They have a break. You know, they get to a point in their season and like, that's done. Like maybe 35, 40 episodes.
This is the definitive cut for season 1.
And that's one of the reasons...
We'll be back on season 3.
Right. And so one of the reasons why our first episode, we released 2, and then our... What was it, 17 and 18?
Yes.
We released 2.
Did we ever do that? No, we didn't.
Those are the only 2 times.
Yeah.
And that did kind of like episode 18 or episode 17 kind of closed a chapter, and 18 kind of opened the door for a new chapter.
Yes.
It was a shorter episode.
It's like Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4, whatever it's going to be called. And some people were hearing this and they already know the name of the movie.
Exactly.
And I envy you at this point in my life, even though I know what it is at that point.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was spitballing earlier with you and kind of...
Well, real quick, the whole idea with the spitballing too, we are going to make this a series within a series. If that makes sense. Like it's a fractal. Not like really a fractal. Not really a fractal. But it's going to be a series within a series in the way that a lot of our sequel type things, sequel-esque things are going to go on within the main episodic adventures. Yeah. This is Spitballing Part 1.
How can I live without you?
This is... I wanna know. Anyways, this is Spitballing Part 1. We're gonna kick it off. Chucking at him.
Yeah,
chucking it at him.
Chucking at him.
Once again.
Chucking at me.
And in subsequent episodes, we'll have some of our guests come back.
You said sub.
Yeah, sub. Doms.
Oh.
But anyways, we're going to have multiple parts later where we're going to continue this trend where we lay down a topic and we spitball the fuck out of it, or everybody brings their own theory, and then they lay out their theory.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's like a really great idea, and then we can all spitball on it for a good 20 minutes.
So are we gonna for tonight? Are we gonna?
We don't know what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, are we gonna spitball whether aliens can become ghosts?
Yes, that is a good idea. Let's start with that one.
Let's start with that. So I think, like I was saying before, and this is more like giving us the idea, but basically, if an alien spacecraft were to crash land on Earth, and the creatures inside were to pass away, were to die. And if ghosts exist, there's a plane here that spirit or whatever can manifest and be a part of. Do aliens become ghosts?
If ghosts are a real thing,
and
let's look at it this way: if the living in a physical body has a consciousness that isn't, just
well, there's ghost dogs. I told you the story about the ghost dogs that I ran over, and they didn't actually. They were just gone.
Is that what they always are, or do they become that after losing their physical form? Is what I'm saying. Because one could argue that if beings on our planet, and I'm setting up a camera, doing a little bit of video for future episodes, it could be argued that if life here, once we lose the physical form, our consciousness goes on. There's life. If there is an afterlife, I mean, I don't know why they call it. That's kind of a dumb term because it's not really an afterlife. It's an after physical life. It's an after physical life.
Yeah.
Then why not elsewhere in the universe with aliens or other entities, other physical entities? Why can't they lose their bodies?
Why can't we be friends?
So by saying that, most likely that's what happens to us as well.
Right. But the reason why I kind of brought it up is because we were talking about, and we finally named our mascot, the little alien ghost dude in the logo of
This is jamming out.
So his name is Norm. For paranormal, is Norm. Because we're clever that way.
And we like Cheers.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Cheers?
Well, everybody
Ted
knows
Danson,
his name now.
Woody Harrelson?
Right?
Yeah. Wouldn't you
That
like
one
to go
dude who
where
played
everybody knows
Norm?
your name? I don't even know his name. I forget.
Yeah.
Didn't he pass away?
I don't know. But then there was that one dude who's been in all the Pixar movies. Who was
I don't know. The mailman?
Yeah, the mailman.
Was it? Oh, look.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, it was the mailman.
ESP.
Yeah.
That's the next topic.
So basically, Norm is the way we created him and drew him up.
An amalgamation of all the things we talk about.
alien. He's an alien face, but it's a ghost face also.
A ghost face
And
killer.
He's listening to headphones because he's listening to Learning to Curse with Adam and Chuck.
Or Pink Floyd.
Yeah, well, in one side he's got
Yes.
Learning to Curse, and then the other side.
That's the way he's
wired.
wired.
Yeah. You got to line him up though, like Dark Side of the Moon.
Yes.
And what was it?
There's no dark side of the moon, really.
There isn't.
As a matter of fact, it's all dark.
No. There is absolutely no Dark Side of the Moon because
That's what Pink
there
Floyd's
is
Dark Side of the Moon
always-
taught me.
At one point, when the moon, like for example,
Yes,
a fucking eclipse, the other side of that moon is it's got
lit
the
up.
fucking light
Yeah.
from the sun on it. So there's never a Dark Side of the Moon. Well, there is,
And it's never
occasionally a
100%
Side of
dark
the
because it's still going to be somewhat lit from the light of Earth.
Moon. It's lit, dude. It's lit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do
You make me come. We already did that.
you make me completely.
Miserable.
So do you think that Norm could be possible? A ghost alien?
Why not?
All right, well, thank you guys.
That's our show.
That's our show.
This is a new thing we're trying, 10-minute episodes.
Yeah. I'm at my breaking point.
Am I? I was on my breaking point halfway through this at 5 minutes. I'm kidding.
Oh, shit. While I was talking, you're like, fuck it, I don't want to hear him speak anymore.
So, but then that brings up, is there an afterlife? I hate calling it afterlife.
Right.
It's just the after
Yeah.
the physical form. But for sake of this conversation, the afterlife.
I mean, I don't believe in souls.
Energy.
Personally. Yeah, an energy can
But does the energy
continue.
carry the consciousness, carries
The way
memories?
okay, so the way that I look at it scientifically as far as energy continuing.
Yes. You can't kill it. It just transforms.
I don't see it as consciousness.
That's synonymous with the soul.
Right. I don't see it as consciousness continuing. And we've had this discussion before on the show about basically we're actually our first quote unquote first episode with
Exactly.
Brian.
Yeah.
When we were talking.
Oh, yeah, them
about,
too.
Yeah, we were talking about if you're. I was asking where is your mind basically.
I'm trying hard not to say it.
I did it for you.
Oh, yes.
It's in your brain, right? You think of it as part
Yeah.
of your brain.
Well, some people do.
Right.
I mean, what about
but when
muscle
your
memory?
but when your brain is dead,
Yeah.
that cognizant part of
gone.
your mind,
Arguably,
It's
it's gone.
I would say it is. I don't see any evidence to suggest otherwise.
Yeah. But
So-
what about people who? Now I know you said you've had a surgery before. One of your surgeries, when they put you under, you don't have any.
There's nothing. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
it was like
nothing.
nothingness for you. But there have been stories of people saying they did have dreams during the point that they
I guarantee you that the time that they had dreams, because the way
it was probably just before waking up.
either right before going under and right before
But not
waking
during.
up, but not during.
Yeah.
Not during at all. Because literally a 6-hour surgery for me was not even a blip of a second. I noticed. Like,
And do you
put
think
the
that's
mask
because
over-
it's a shutdown of your consciousness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put the mask over my face. They have me count backwards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You take that final breath, you get to like 4 or 3, and you're out.
Yeah.
And then basically when I woke up, I was still counting 2, 1 in my head. I was still finishing the countdown.
And you're like, oh wait,
so
I'm
there's
back.
no.
And we're back.
And we're back. Yeah.
Kind of like on our episodes when we go on breaking points.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Like
Yeah. That moment in between does not
basically
exist for you
edited
as
it
a
out.
listener.
Yeah, it was gone. It's gone. Like,
But there is
but
this.
wait, there's more.
Well, there's a few ways I can go with this. On the one hand, if it doesn't work for us, would it just not work for other biological entities?
I don't know. I don't.
It's a possibility that it wouldn't. A possibility it would.
It could.
So there is that.
There might be a species of shark that has like this weird soul thingy, and
Yeah.
when it dies, it
And
just
they're the
transfers
only
its
ones.
consciousness. Yeah,
They are the Highlanders of life after death.
exactly.
There can only be one.
Yeah,
one
it's the
species.
goblin shark.
But with, I forgot where I was going to go with this.
I don't know.
My hacking
ASMR.
ASMR.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful ASMR right there. I'd love to listen to that.
ASMR. Because I would cause all the tingle jingies.
Yeah.
The tingle biggies.
What the fuck were those words?
Yeah.
I loved it.
I love making up new
I'm gonna
adjectives.
actually have a little bit more
I
of
have a
this.
little
It's
more.
not bad.
Have a little more. Because he drank his so fast. He finished his Bud Light like.
No, I know I have to drive and I haven't eaten a lot, so I don't want to get.
And we literally did this episode back to back with last
back
week's
to back,
episode.
and we just split a 6-pack of alcohol.
yeah.
So
With a very low alcohol
alcohol.
content because we're old.
right, but
I can drink a lot, but I wouldn't get anything
do
done.
you add them up Or is it because it's by volume, so you don't add them up? So it's like not 5, 10, 15% alcohol?
Well, then you go by the actual, you don't go by the percentage. You just go based on however much that percentage is within that 12 fluid ounces, you multiply that by the 3 that you had. Which I don't know what that is because I didn't look into it. But I know that's how you would arrive to the answer mathematically.
Speaking of 32 ounces that I had.
Well, no, of the actual drink,
alcohol?
yes. But the percentage of it, 5% of 12 ounces.
5% of 12 ounces.
Mm-hmm. We realize that we don't do math very well at night.
Yeah, especially after drinking.
I do math all the time at work.
It's like day math.
How come it doesn't work at night?
Because we don't do a lot of day drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we do night drinking.
But we're not drinking a high alcohol content drink. It's a placebo effect.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is like I could drink 3 of those and I'm slightly buzzed.
Yeah.
I'm not
at all.
even,
it was just good flavored drink.
Well, again, I haven't eaten anything.
Our parties, on the other hand, which you may see in some of our videos, because I think that's probably going to be how we're going to do most of our experiments is at our parties.
Right. Should we tell this story? Have we told the story of that last time I got drunk here?
No, but we should say that. So if you stay to the end of this episode, you will get a funny story that may or may not involve being on top of a roof, a chimney.
Not necessarily. I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about the roof part.
See, look at that.
I'm talking about the dry, the not even.
Oh
dry
yeah,
the burping. Yeah, you will get to the burping.
Burpee.
It wasn't even really burping. It was like a
burble.
All right, so we'll talk. We'll talk.
So that's incentive. If you stay to the end of this episode, well, they could just fast forward. But if you go to the end of this episode,
don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Don't be a dung pole.
Dung pole. But back to what I was saying. So on the one hand, if we don't have consciousness after death, like death of the physical body, if it doesn't continue, if the soul doesn't go on, like Celine Dion with a penny whistle solo.
That's what they used to call my dick in high school.
Penny whistle, yeah.
You know, penny whistle solo.
Penny for your whistle?
Oh yeah.
That's starting out very cheap.
Penny for your thoughts, but it's THOTS.
Yeah, exactly. That's
cheap whores.
A very cheap price for the world's oldest profession. So on the one hand, you have and I'm pantomiming again.
I love it.
I always do this. I'm very
You're theatrical.
I'm very regal and theatrical.
It's so perfect for an audio medium.
He's Chuck because his name is Chuck, and I'm very Magneto. Anyway,
what?
Professor Xavier.
I get you.
Yes, exactly.
I get you.
Charles. Shall we play a game of chess, Charles?
No, bitch.
You don't understand.
You've been shoving the pawns up your ass all day.
What else do I need to store?
That is not a joke about Ian McKellen being gay.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. I love Ian McKellen. He's fucking awesome. I do too. Patrick Stewart.
And hell,
I can watch movies of them just...
If Ian McKellen wanted to shove pawns up his ass all day, go for it.
I could watch movies all day of the two of them just doing monologues that have nothing to do with each other in the same film, just across from each other.
I just recently watched a movie with Patrick Stewart in it.
Yes.
That the role that he plays in it
pre Star Trek Next Generation.
No. It's a newer movie.
Okay.
It's not that new because Anton Yelchin is in it. R.I.P.
Yes.
But have you ever heard of the movie Green Room?
That sounds familiar.
It's.
Everybody pauses to go listen to it and watch it.
Dude, I went into it.
Listen because of podcasts.
I went into it blind. Like I didn't look up any reviews. I didn't.
You didn't open your eyes?
I watched it.
Okay.
No, but I didn't have any idea about the plot. Okay. All right. I just saw. I like Anton Yelchin. I like Aliyah Sharkat, or however you pronounce her name, and Patrick Stewart's in it. Right. So I'm like, this looks like.
So you were like that?
Yeah. This looks like an entertaining movie. I would have watched it. It's fucked up, dude.
Oh, nice.
It is fucked up, and Patrick Stewart is the villain.
You know what? I would love to see him as a villain. I'm gonna check it out.
If you get the opportunity to look up the movie Green Room, it is good. Wow. It is disturbing, but it is good.
Good.
I've seen more disturbing stuff before, and it didn't fuck me up.
But when you see Patrick Stewart...
But there are certain scenes in it that are like, what the fuck? Like, what happens to Anton Yelchin's hand?
Yeah.
His whole arm? Oh, God.
And you don't expect this from Captain Luke, Charles Xavier, Professor Picard.
Right. And the kid that was in Kiss the Girls.
Yeah. There you go.
No, it wasn't Kiss the Girls. It was Along Came a Spider.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Anton Yelchin was the little kid that was in that movie.
There you go.
Anywho,
So
spitballing.
As I was saying. So on the one hand, you have if it can't happen to us, why would it happen to an alien? It could not. Who knows?
Right.
On the other hand, let's say that time during your surgery that you don't remember. Mm-hmm. There are people that lose memory. Mm-hmm. Is there something that has to do with, like, okay, you know when people black out when they drink?
I've never done it.
But I know I haven't either. But people have described
I've been super fucking drunk. We'll tell that story at the end of the show.
Exactly.
But
there you go, alluding to the big story, if you will, the big reveal that has nothing to do with the show. But it happened here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
and it's not the story of me with half a cup of rum in one hand sitting on the chimney. That's a different story.
It has nothing to do with my alien abduction stories.
Right.
Wait. I'm kidding. Anyways, so
I'm at a semi-breaking point.
I'm at my breaking point. And we're back.
All right.
He just got another Bud Light.
I've actually decided to partake.
Aren't you glad you joined me?
Do you want to? Which side was I sipping on? I'll give you back what I drank.
No, it's fine. No, I'm good.
All right.
I'll drink more. I'm here all night after you
Right.
leave.
Yeah.
And sleeping in tomorrow. So what if it's like, because I mean we haven't experienced this.
What if?
But we can imagine people have had moments where because of whatever drug they're on, their drug of choice, their alcohol, which to some people is a drug of choice, they black out. They don't remember
Semen
the
cracks.
events. Now to them it's seamless. They just at some point they were partying and then they wake up.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess.
What if you just don't recall what happened during that time? It's very possible. So maybe consciousness was still there, but you just don't recall what happened during that time. Because it's really interesting that some people have that experience, like yourself, and others remember something happening. Mm-hmm. And like my uncle, he's never come right out and said that he's atheist, but he doesn't believe in God and all that. So I mean, basically, he is. But he's never come out and straight out said it.
Yeah. Has he specifically said like he does not believe in God?
Then that's basically like saying it.
Yes.
Maybe he is agnostic to some degree. I don't know.
Well, I'm agnostic to some degree.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm definitely agnostic.
But what I'm saying is I've never gone into that conversation with him. But he has had the conversation with me about his accident he had when he was younger. He fell out of a truck. Mm-hmm. And just does not remember anything after that. But he did at some point, and he got bad burns from it. It was terrible. Wow. It was a very terrible accident. And during this time, he said something that I know, right? Kind of like Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
Something that is interesting to me. Now I have to ask him about the story again to see how he feels about it now.
Let's call him up.
Exactly.
Give him a call right now.
Hello. No. Anyways, click. I don't want to be on your show.
That was a good ring noise.
No. Anyways, it sounds like a droid. That's pretty cool. It's like a vibration and a chirp. But he actually made it sound to me like in some of the times that some of the tellings of the story that he felt like what he experienced added more to his not believing in an afterlife. But this is the funny part, okay? And you're gonna catch. I know you'll catch on to this right away.
Okay.
He said it was like nothingness.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does he experience nothing?
Exactly. So he experienced nothingness. Now
he experienced something.
That's the experiencing of nothingness. Now, in your case, you don't remember anything. You went from point A to point Z.
I don't even think that it's that I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I think that the drugs that they gave me to knock me out shut it all off.
Yes, then that's a possibility.
Flip the switch,
it's a possibility
and
that
consciousness was no longer a viable option at that point until they gave me the drugs to wake me up.
And if that was the case, then that means consciousness does arise in the body or in the mind.
I think so.
And then it's nothing else beyond that. The body dies, and then it's gone.
If not that it can be inhibited.
Yes. It can be, possibly.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But maybe death isn't
just
inhibited.
because it doesn't have a physical form doesn't mean it can't be stopped or
because it's
altered.
contained within my physical form, and I was still alive.
Yeah,
and they just basically put me in what they basically do is put you in a chemical coma. And
then your consciousness is, in a sense, your consciousness is in a state of stasis.
Exactly.
If there is definitely nothing going on and it's stopped, yes. Mm-hmm. But in this case, he says he experienced nothingness. Being
You can't experience nothing.
having an experience of nothingness is an experience.
Yeah,
So
but that's
with
an
him-
experience. You
Yeah,
experience
exactly.
something.
Exactly.
It's an amalgam, or not amalgam.
Now, to him, he attributes this to
maybe what he's doing is slowly remembering the fog. You know what?
There
do
you
you,
go.
do you know
on the way back in? Yes.
or out and in?
Yes.
Do you know what a Jacob?
and that would be seamless too.
Right, but do you know what a Jacob's ladder scenario is?
Yes.
So basically, his consciousness is theoretically dying at
Yes.
that point.
Yes.
It's shutting down. It's no longer active.
Yeah.
But the time in between when it starts and when it actually is in
That part's
full effect.
seamless. And
Well,
he's
it's not
thinking
even
that's one
It's that
experience.
time may not
Yeah.
exist the same way. We may experience.
There have been a
time
lot of
differently.
stories about that when people are in these weird states, like things. It feels like they're over there, wherever there is in their mind, longer or shorter than how time is passing. In
right.
in
Like
life.
when people say that their life passes before their eyes.
That's a thing. That's actually a thing with some people.
Because everything's slow. You don't have to necessarily experience things linearly at that point. Just like when you're dreaming, you don't
Look at
necessarily-
relativity.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily
It's the
experience
observer.
you don't experience things linearly
Yeah.
when you're dreaming.
Yes.
They can bounce back and forth and it still in your mind somehow makes sense.
Exactly.
Your,
Until you
your
wake up
brain
and
can
say,
make sense
"That
out
was
of it
stupid."
because deep down I don't think our brains care about time.
No.
I mean, we've built this
That's a
construct
construct.
of
Yes.
time.
I think there is a definitive. There has to be.
I mean,
because
time is a definitive thing.
There is a definitive thing, but how we measure time,
Right.
It's a construct.
Like,
by
have you
humans.
seen Arrival?
Yes.
Okay, so like that, like
Yeah.
I think that is a possibility. Like when
Yeah.
you're dying, you can actually experience a continuation of what could have been, and a loop of
But is
what
that just
may
your
have
mind
been. Yeah,
filling in the
it
blanks?
could. Yeah, I mean, it could be your mind just dun 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 dun.
It wasn't even close to Halloween.
No.
Anyways,
We're back to that. Mind's playing tricks on me.
speaking of loops, we
yeah.
have a lot of closed loops on our show.
That's my Prince Albert.
There you go.
Wait, you're Prince Albert.
I was just gonna say that I am a Prince Albert,
Oh man,
and let's let the chips fall where they fall.
fall where they
Wait,
may.
those are the beads.
Fall where they may. Fall where they June.
Yes. July.
Exactly.
July.
I do not. You take that back, sir. We're fucking stupid.
But stay tuned because the alcoholic story is at the very end
yes,
of this episode.
definitely.
So, but what if? Okay, let's just say that for sake of this conversation, maybe there was something when you were under, and your consciousness went somewhere, but you don't recall it. And with
Yeah,
him,
possibly.
he is recalling a section. But what if? What you go because there's actually a lot of stories of people
here's
when
another
they
thing.
go into a near death experience, they get exactly what they're expecting. So
yeah,
if their
but that's-
mind is already thinking,
Think of it this
I don't
way.
believe in anything after this, that's what they're going to
Think of it
experience.
this way: Christians experience Christian iconography.
Exactly.
Muslims experience Muslim iconography.
I would love to experience
Buddhism,
a ton of
Buddhists
versions. That'd be
experience
awesome.
the basically.
But I would like them to have a little experience.
They experience. You're right. With 72 versions.
Yes.
What am I gonna do with these? Make me some eggs.
Teach
I don't
them
know what
all.
the fuck I'm gonna do with you.
Teach them all very quickly so that
No.
they can,
No.
got to break some eggs.
No. Let's start a knitting circle.
Egg gravy.
Yeah,
That's what I
egg
call.
gravy.
That's what I call.
Semen?
No.
Egg gravy?
That's what I call when a girl's on the period.
Egg gravy?
Get it? It's
Yeah,
egg
I get
gravy.
it. Yeah. But I figured, you gotta throw some gravy on the
In
egg
there, yeah.
to me. Oh man.
Oh, we're
Do you think
terrible.
premarital sex, the jism that gets on there, is making deviled eggs?
Yes. There you go. That's the explanation. That's what makes them so good. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
I love deviled
so
eggs.
damn good. I love deviled eggs.
Eggs
dude.
are
I could eat those every day.
I'm fucking hungry.
I am
I'm gonna
too.
get some food after this.
Me too.
I'm actually gonna get a giant burrito.
Where's Jimmy John's when you need Jimmy John's? She's
I've
not
actually
there.
never had Jimmy John's.
I've had it only when it was free.
Yeah.
Because it would come in and just drop us samples at the last store I was working at.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You know what sucks? Because you know my schedule. Is
Hookers.
late. Yeah.
Yes.
$5. No, it's $10. The handy was $5.
Oh, yes, handy.
But no. So where
We suck on these beers.
Right. Where I
Sucking them
work,
down.
once a week at my work, they provide us with food.
Yes.
They have it catered in.
Different places?
Yeah, from different places.
Mine does too, every once in a while.
Yeah,
Once,
ours is
not as
literally
often.
once a
Not
week.
as often.
But the thing that sucks about it is that my shift currently until Sunday starts at 12:45. So starting on Sunday, it's going to be 3:30. So I work the later shift, the third shift.
You get sloppy seconds or nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Oh, motherfuckers.
It's lately it's been nothing at all because
That's
all the
terrible.
fucking scavengers. It pisses me off.
That's kind of like when
I even
when
tried
I don't
going in a
attend-
little early so I could get some lunch. The other day they offered lunch and they're going to provide us lunch. I ate a little bit, but I didn't bring
Yeah.
anything to eat for lunch because I'm like, oh, they're going to have food today.
That's what happens when I don't
Fucking
attend
no
a
food.
huddle or a manager meeting, or if I'm scheduled after it. Fuck it, it's gone.
Wait,
It's gone.
wait until Age of Radio becomes more of a thing. We'll have catered
We'll
lunches.
just do that ourselves. Yes.
Yeah, and there's not going to be a fucking early shift that's going to come and eat my
Yeah.
portion. Fucking assholes. Anywho, so that was a rant.
So back to what we're as usual. We always do that. That's just how we are. I think my wife is.
It sure is. Hello, wife.
Star Killer. Oh, she's getting burritos right now. That's
Nice.
awesome. Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
So if you didn't
Yeah.
know, in the past when we say Jimmy John's is in the studio, it's really my wife bringing food.
Yeah.
Because I'm a foodie.
Yeah, me too.
But what were we saying?
I prefer to eat. Oh, okay. So look at it this way. So you were saying that your uncle
Yes.
had this experience of nothing.
But he had that because he was going into it thinking there was
another thing
nothing.
too is that he may have been provided with different drugs than me. This
This
was
is
how
true.
many years ago was it for him?
Exactly.
When he was a kid,
Yeah, when
and
he was
he's
a
your uncle.
Exactly.
So it had to have been at least 30 years ago.
He might be your uncle. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Exactly. He might be the
He
uncle
might
you
be the
went
one
back
that
in
I went and
time.
touched. Yeah.
That might be the reason he got in the
That is the
accident.
reason I threw him out of the truck.
God damn it!
I was giving
What
him
is
a
wrong
handy.
with us?
Yeah.
We're screwing up the timelines.
Oh fuck. But so
Don't cross the timelines.
Yeah. So the medication that they provided him to put him under
Wasn't
or
as
whatever
good,
was
or
happening,
just a different
or
type.
it was just a different type, or
Exactly.
it was 30, 40 years ago, however old he was.
Maybe it
I
was.
don't know how old your uncle
maybe
is
it was
now, 50?
somewhat a little. Yeah, he just turned 50.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little bit of a DMT effect.
Right. So if your uncle, how old was he when that happened?
I think he was a teenager or his early 20s or something like that.
Oh, okay. So 30 years ago.
There you go.
So, yeah, 30 years ago, that was in the mid 80s, late 80s. They had technological or medical advances.
Satanic
but
panic.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what
That's
it was.
what I'm blaming it on.
It was the satanic panic. That's what caused them to.
Now, I'm
see-
sure a lot of people
That's
having
what caused them
near-death
to see
experiences
nothing.
around then, if they felt a little guilty,
Right.
they may be seeing some satanic iconography. Because
Think of the children.
is that even a thing? Satanic iconography?
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The pentagrams and the pentacles and the.
But a true
Devil
Satanist, well,
stars.
depending on what type of Satanist they are, they're not going to expect anything's happening after death.
No.
They would have an experience like my uncle.
Well, me and Amber have had this discussion before about nothingness, because we were discussing our.
It's not going to bother us
and
because we're not
afterlife.
going to know.
Exactly. That's why I don't fear death.
I just
As long as that death is
But at the
immediate.
same time, I don't want to die. I want to
don't
live as
either.
long as possible
I don't
because
either. We've already
have that
talked about
need.
this before, too,
We
where
have the need to know what's
I
next.
want to know what happens. That's
No one's gonna be able to tell us
the
if there
bummer
is
about
no.
death for me is I'm not going to know.
If you are right,
But
and
maybe-
if my
but maybe
hunches are right, that
maybe
there's
maybe
nothing
there
after this.
is a collective consciousness.
Yeah.
There's no like God or afterlife, but we all go and
Yeah.
we can join the experience.
Exactly.
And it's one like orgy of experience.
What's
That'd
set?
be interesting.
Exactly.
Because my life goal, and I know I'm never going to achieve it, but
To
my
have
life
sex with
goal,
everybody?
no, is to know everything.
Yes. Well, you would once you return.
Right?
But what's the point?
Is that an ambitious goal? I want to know everything. Not like just I want to know a bunch of stuff. I want to know everything.
Yeah, why not?
So
I think some parts would kind of free. I would want it. I would
That's a
want it in
lofty
stages.
goal.
I would want it in stages. Like if I were to die right now, and I'm still conscious.
But think about it this way, though. Like, oh, go ahead. You say what
But if
you're
I'm
gonna say.
still conscious, I would want it given to me a little bit at a time. That sounds
Oh,
terrible.
yeah.
That's
I'll
just
give it to you
terrible.
one at a time.
I want
While
it to
you're
last.
conscious or unconscious.
Make it last forever. I don't even know,
I don't know.
that's how that song goes.
If you're unconscious, you might not buck enough. So I wouldn't have
All
it.
right. It's for people that are into necrophilia.
Yeah, that dung pole.
If you shock a cadaver, though, you can get a little movement
Right?
out of the
Yeah.
necrophilia act.
Yeah, or you go all what's it? Ferris Bueller with his dummy when he opens the door and it moves around, which just hooks
Exactly.
some like pulleys.
We
and
can
shit.
have Bernie's. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What we could do is we could hook the pulleys to different parts of the cadaver, right?
Yes.
And then another part of it to my belt. And I'm just wearing like this harness.
So when you're thrusting,
I'm
the body's
thrusting, the body's moving. Yeah.
But I
there
don't
we
want
go.
that.
Why not? I don't know. Just use some olive oil for lube.
Betty White, come on.
Mm-hmm. I would do that to Betty White.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't. Fucking a non-generian, would that be like screwing sandpaper?
No, if she still gets wet.
I don't know.
What did
a hole as long as
what did Angel say? If you told me if it didn't fit the spit on it.
Right? Yeah. Oh my God, I love those ladies.
They are awesome.
Oh, we need to have them back soon.
We say that a lot.
We do.
We just got to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm at my breaking point.
We'll come back with more stuff to talk about in a minute.
And then we'll get you that story about my drunkenness. Yes. My drunken debauchery.
Drunken debauchery.
And we're back again. Something has to be not something.
Yes.
Something has to be nothing. Or something can't be nothing.
Something can't be nothing.
Yeah.
Something has... We've been talking about this with you guys.
Yeah.
And we're back. But you've heard us say this a lot. Something has to be something.
Something does have to be something.
Something cannot be nothing.
It can't be nothing.
In the case of my uncle's experience, he experienced nothing. But that was something.
Right. That has to be something. So he didn't experience nothing. He experienced something because there was an experience.
Yeah. And
nothing, that was with nothing, there would be no experience. Exactly. It would be like my experience with my surgeries, where I'm drugged, I'm out, and then like not even any time passes, and I'm up again, and
that was nothing has to be nothing.
Groggy.
That was nothing has to be nothing. So that was a good warm up this first half of the episode. But now we're gonna dive into. There's something, and let's cheers to this right now.
Unified theory of the paranormal.
Now, one of the
Speaking
things...
of paranormal, hi Norm, you're
Norm.
cute.
Exactly. You inanimate object.
Right, you logo fucking guy thing.
Norm is experiencing
mascot,
nothing.
right?
Exactly.
Do you think so?
Well, maybe, unless Norm becomes a tulpa. But can tulpas experience something, or is it the observers that experience for the tulpa?
No, eventually I think if a tulpa becomes
gets
a
enough
physical
power.
entity, it's going to start experiencing.
Or at least some kind of
I mean, do you think
non-physical entity at first?
Do you think
a conscious entity?
So the smallest creature that I can think of that's like not a microorganism, the tardigrade. Do you think the tardigrade experiences things?
Yes, definitely.
It has to.
Dude, that has to be a fucking mind trip.
Right.
For us, if we were to go into its space.
Right.
And experience
I can't
life
wait
as a
until
tardigrade.
Ant-Man 2.
Because they have tardigrades in it. Did you see that in the trailer?
I didn't.
Then you're... now you really can't wait for it.
No.
Okay, go back and watch the trailer.
Bear, or what are they called? Water bear.
This episode's probably going to be, a good old water bear.
Yeah.
That's like a good, cute nickname, water bear.
Water bear. That sounds like a big burly gay dude who likes wet work.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Golden showers.
Golden shower. And this is foreshadowing again. Not to be confused with water bearer, which is the Aquarius.
Is that what that is?
Yes, we're gonna do.
I'm telling you. When we talk about the, we
gotta dismiss horoscope outright because this is bullshit, and we will tell you why that is bullshit.
Well,
but astrology, there is something to it.
We're gonna do the astroglidology episode. Yes. I only know that I am a Scorpio because I've been told that I'm a Scorpio.
But you can do a little research.
I guess I could.
That is something I could talk about.
I know that
for
Pisces
days.
is a fish,
yes.
like a pescatarian.
We're both water signs.
Are we?
Yes.
But a Scorpio is scorpion is a desert animal.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know
Maybe
why.
we're the yin and the yang.
Maybe
like
so.
the fish and the scorpion who is like I don't know.
I don't know, is a water scorpion? I don't know. But yeah.
Isn't that a lobster?
There's a lot of yes, exactly. It's the scorpion of the sea.
The scorpion of the sea.
And it's not even from the way. Anyways.
Anyway.
So it's something we've been discussing for a while in a roundabout way and in an indirect way.
In a square-about way.
And with like some of our guests. There's got to be a way, because in science, everything's connected.
Got to get you into my life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A unified...
I hadn't sang in this episode yet.
Creating a unified theory of the paranormal would find a way to connect everything that is quote-unquote paranormal and then proving those things, maybe by finding the way that they're all connected, would essentially make them no longer paranormal.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, and we've talked about it before.
And I'm cool with that. I want that.
Yeah, whereas like we were talking about like the supernatural.
Yes.
There is no supernatural. There's just the natural, and there's the things in the natural world that we don't really yet understand.
It's only the uber natural until we have proof of it.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, I don't even think it's supernatural. I just think it's natural. We just don't have a way of expressing or describing it or whatever.
That. No.
That's more foreshadowing for the end of the episode. Oh man.
But yeah, so we're going to do a very failed attempt, but that's science. You do experiments. So with just the two of us, just the two of us,
Just the tip.
just the tips and the docking, and the docking. Without,
I wish I could think of a Dawkins song right now to sing, but I can't.
I can't either. Without the strengths of having like a,
I can think of Whitesnake, but no.
Without the strengths of having a Nate and a Brian and a Jeremy.
Maybe we're docking our Whitesnakes.
Exactly. Without the strengths of having a Nate or a Brian or Jeremy and everybody else that we've had on the show before that have contributed different things that make us think of things.
The
in
brain
different angles.
trust.
Exactly. Which we will have them on subsequent spitballing episodes.
Continuous episodes.
Without the benefit of them here. And without the benefit of us
doubt.
researching, because we're doing this off the top of the dome.
Off the cuff.
How would we,
Which is
right
just
now,
an anagram of fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right now, how would we unify the paranormal?
Docking.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, we'd jizz on it and use that as like gel, like hair gel. And then it would congeal.
It's basically all the unknown stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, all of the unknown.
One way that we can unify it in a very crude way is that crude like our humor. Crude in a very crude way is that the fact that it's all things that we don't fully understand, but there is some scientific explanation.
Bringing up the question of does an alien become a ghost if it dies?
But do we become a ghost if we die?
Right. Do we become ghosts if we die? That kind of thing. Is there another realm? Is there something else? And if there is something else, why would humans be the only things that get to enter that void?
Yeah.
Or that realm?
If we can establish and prove that there is quote unquote afterlife, then essentially, then most physical entities would be.
Or, again, and I know we're going to talk more about it in our questions and answers, our Q&A episode.
I'm going to have fun with that.
Jagan did actually bring up a good point about is a ghost, a demon, an alien, are they all basically
different versions of each other, or are they separate things? And if they are separate things, does one have to have a religious belief, hold religious beliefs for that being to exist in their reality?
What could be that there is a specific entity that manifests in certain ways.
Yes.
And a ghost that we see, or a demon that we experience,
could that be an extension of a tulpa?
Or an alien that we experience, are all just an experience, individual's experience of the same type of entity. You know how
what if all of these non-physical entities are just tulpas?
Right. Well, everybody knows that all eyewitness accounts can be basically bullshit.
Yes.
It's basically it's.
But if a group of people are eyewitnesses to an event, that's still. If there's 5 people, there's still 5 events that happen.
Think of the 500 people that witnessed Fatima.
Yes, actually, I'm doing that as one of the paranormal. Spoiler alert: paranormal. Yes,
but I mean there was different accounts of that shit.
Yes.
From the 500 people, they didn't all see the same thing, and the fucking sun didn't move across the fucking sky.
It did not. And as Nate put it, to some people, it was a fart in the wind.
Yeah. So, well, that's our show, guys.
And to some people, who knows? Maybe it was a UFO.
Maybe.
Do we know?
Maybe. And that goes back to what we were talking about in the last episode, where...
Or was it ignorance of certain other natural phenomena?
Exactly. Even still, this shit that we're seeing, it could be... Yes, we're further advanced. We're so far advanced.
How long has mankind been on the face of the earth? What if there are certain things that happen naturally in with weather patterns that hasn't come full circle yet? And
like primitive man thinking an earthquake was a god throwing thunderbolts at them. No.
And what if
we've discovered the natural situation or the natural explanation for that site?
And with how long man has been on Earth, right?
17 years.
And actually recording things, right? What if Earth hasn't passed through
Every time you say what if, I think of Creed.
What if? No. So, we all know this.
Except for Idiot Bill.
In a solar system, planets orbit a star.
Yes.
And that star is orbiting a galactic center of its galaxy.
My anus.
Right?
My soft anus.
What if... Chuck's soft anus. What if... The short time that man has been on planet Earth, we haven't experienced Earth going through our solar system, passing through certain parts of space.
That's a true.
And once we go there, what if it causes different types of phenomena?
That's a good point.
On Earth.
That's a good point.
And we haven't experienced it at all. We don't have any recorded,
like, for example,
history of it.
So so
maybe certain things like the Fatima thing. Maybe it was. What if it was a weather-related thing? What if it's a space meets weather-related thing on Earth that only happens so many times?
Earth rotates around the sun, right? And the moon rotates around the Earth. And
they would have you believe that, and I do basically because there's no other better idea, but with gravity,
right? Have you seen that where they took like basically the rotation patterns of the moon,
and Earth, it looks like,
it looks like a spirograph.
Yes, as it's moving through space. Because everybody looks at it as a sun as a station, the sun, our star, the sun, our yellow dwarf, as being stationary, and how the planets move around that.
Right.
But they were showing when it travels through space, it's looking like here's this star coming and going, and you have all these planets kind of doing these weird spiral patterns.
But what I'm saying is
that's how it is observed.
Also, kind of more toward another thing about astroglidology.
Yes.
Is that depending on like your star sign or whatever, where things are aligned at a specific time.
Yes.
So think of it this way. What are the chances and the odds that right now, this very moment, in our past history, we have been aligned the way that we are specifically right now?
Actually, they have figured that out, that equation. It actually has happened.
It has happened. So we've already hit every spot that we would hit?
Astrologically, I mean, but I forget the numbers.
Or is that just with our galaxy, not within our universe?
Within our galaxy.
Yeah, so within our galaxy,
because
yes,
it pertains to, they liken it to the different constellations.
Okay, but are they taking into account Jupiter and
planets,
Neptune and all that?
Because you have a ruling planet.
Because what about Planet X, where they think that its rotation around the sun is it's
what about all the dwarf
elliptical?
planets that made Pluto a dwarf planet?
Well, no,
because they didn't want to be late.
It takes 365 days for our planet to go around the sun.
Yes.
Maybe there's Planet X out there that takes 250 billion years to go around the sun.
To answer your question to a degree.
I don't know that I asked the question, but go ahead.
Well, check this out. When you're born, all the planets in our and it's theorized that it's gravity to some degree. If
you're a flat earther, gravity doesn't exist.
Exactly. We're writing that off right away.
Fucking idiots.
But the moon does have a measurable effect on Earth.
Yes, it does.
But the other planets in our solar system, I don't think, if we're going based on gravity, it's going to be a very little effect on the actual humans. But other planets do have an effect on everything else in our solar system. Okay.
I mean, the magnetic pull of these things are going to be so minimal because of how far away they are.
Exactly. But they do have their place. And largely, I mean, Earth has been hit.
Well, here's the thing.
Earth has been hit by objects, celestial objects.
Okay.
But Jupiter being in his place, and I'm not saying that this is a divine thing, maybe not, but everything being placed the way it is, the gas giants in our solar system,
Speaking of gas giants, my pants are haunted.
and our own moon, it has saved our ass from getting hit by more things.
Saved our ass from being probed by aliens?
But to get back to the thing I was going to say earlier before I forget, when you're born, you basically get, because people look at horoscopes, and that's fucking bullshit. You can't just say that all people that are born as a Scorpio like yourself, or all people born as a Pisces like myself, are going to be 100% the same.
Here's
because you got nature versus nurture for one. Two, you have all the placements of the planets, causing. Allegedly, they cause an effect on us, and I don't think it's gravity that does it.
Let me say something to this real quick, because there was this girl that I went to grade school with, who had the exact same birthday as me.
Yeah, same year, obviously,
same year,
because of the same grade.
Yeah, same grade. We were,
and I've worked with somebody that had the same birthday, same year,
exact same day. Yeah. We were not the same.
Nature versus nurture.
Yeah, but maybe that has to do with her being a female. I don't know.
And there may be some basic things that you did have in common.
Because I've never known a male who was born on the exact same day as me.
There you go. Danny DeVito.
I was going to say Danny DeVito, but he was born in 1944, so I don't know that helps.
Which causes a different alignment of planets.
Exactly.
Being a different
I wonder
places.
how he was feeling the day I was born.
Now they say these planets, it's based on. And the sun, because your main sign is your sun sign.
Let me put this out there real quick. Anybody born November 17th, 1983, and you're a male, reach out to me. Let's see how closely our personalities align.
Or March 6th, 1980.
Yeah. March 6, 1980.
I don't want to go too much into astrology.
October, yeah.
Because we're going to do an episode on it. But basically, just to get to the point on this, the planets, they say whatever planets, and your sun sign being Scorpio, that just means that the sun was in the constellation of Scorpio or Scorpius. And that's just a perspective thing.
Age of Scorpius.
I honestly think, and we'll get into this on the astrology episode, I don't think it has anything to do with the actual constellations. No. That's too far away, unless it's quantum entanglement. And then distance means nothing.
Maybe.
And maybe that's how the planets affect us. But anyways, when you're born, you're going to be different from everybody else. Because even twins, they've done studies on identical twins are still going to be slightly different. Because they can't both be born at the same moment.
Right.
And it's said in astrology, when you're born is when you.
And it's not a fucking Stephen King novel.
No, it's not when you're conceived. It's when you're born that you get your astrological code.
Yeah.
So two identical twins are essentially not identical because they're born at different times. And they're going to have a slightly different astrological code, which is going to cause slight differences. Because if you notice, how come the identical twins are very similar, but they have a slight difference?
Yeah.
Now, it could also be the nature and nurture thing.
Like Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
And then fraternal twins are going to be more different from each other.
Right.
And then you and your brother, years apart, different signs.
Not even years apart. We're a year and a half apart.
Even more difference, and
then,
so on.
But then again, look at me and Deathbed Confession over here. Very similar.
Yes.
I know we're different. We have different personalities. We have different, but we align closer than me and my brother.
Exactly.
And he's closer in age to my brother.
And they're both Taurus.
They're both born in the same month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they're both born in the same month.
I have a lot of theories on this that we'll get into.
But me and Brian are more aligned than me and my brother.
Yeah.
So.
And I have a lot of theories on this that we'll get into on the astrology one. I don't want to blow the whole load on this.
Another thing though, back I think it was Intellectual Masturbation Part 1. We were talking more about this, about like the not unified theory, but basically the quantum level.
Yes.
Where things may present themselves in ways that we can observe them.
Yeah.
But on the quantum level, they're
then you're getting down to probabilities.
Right.
And observations, collapsing it into definite outcomes
I'll
at that
observe
time.
your possibility collapsing on my dick.
But you know what I mean? You have probabilities. And then you have an observer which collapses at that moment into one possibility or another.
Just like an old lady with the vapors collapsing.
She got the papers, like the old rap song.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna save. We don't want to blow our whole astrology load on this episode. But how did we even get to this?
I don't know.
Yes,
Unified theory. Unified theory, man.
So I honestly think
something has to be nothing, or something can't be nothing.
We've talked about this before. I really think quantum mechanics is where we start.
I think so too. I think on the quantum level, realm. That's where everything begins.
That's how we connect it all.
Yeah, that's where.
That's where the physical and the non-physical.
Well, right, like we were discussing before. If there is an entity that's 100 times scaled up from what we are.
Yeah. You mean in vibration?
Everything like
in size, in the macro level.
Yeah.
As in the micro, in the microcosm.
Like we would be the macro universe to this gigantic thing. So think of it this way too. So the quantum level that we can observe,
yes,
or the micro level that we can observe.
What if that's what we are to this?
Right, but no, think of it this way: we are that to something else. There's that small micro that we can see, but they have a micro.
There's a whole universe living inside.
Who says that it can? Who says that it doesn't continue down infinitely?
Exactly. There's a whole universe living inside my ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
honestly, yes, we could be an entire universe living in something's ass.
You know what's funny is. All living things. If you think about it, when you're looking at a solid living thing, like a dog running or another human being doing their thing or birds frolicking.
Right.
Each one of those
there's an entire universe sitting on the tip of a worm's dick right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just summed it up. But basically, when you look at one singular thing, like a chuck, right? That's not one living thing.
No, it's not. No, we're like a fucking Portuguese man of war. fucking so many different entities.
There's so many living
parasites
things
and
making you
not necessarily parasites, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Symbiotic relationships.
Symbiotic relationships.
It's very, very much like a symbiotic relationship.
I mean, if, for example, when you have to put yourself, like if people who get super sick and have to be put in a clean room, they get one germ in there and they could die because it fucks up their entire existence. We have so many things.
I'm the man in the bubble.
Yeah, exactly. Which one? The John Travolta one or the?
I was doing Man in a Box, but Man in the Bubble.
But Bubble Boy. Fucking was it?
I forgot.
And we're back.
But yeah, so each living organism that we can observe right now without a microscope is a bunch of other living things. And those living things have a bunch of cells in them.
Let's just dive into this real quick.
And atoms and all that.
So we've got microscopes, like super powerful microscopes that can see tiny little microscopic.
And they don't really seem like they're doing anything special, but can you imagine something that much bigger than us looking at us doing this podcast?
I'm trying to go down the other way, right? I'm going to go down that rabbit hole. So we've got a petri dish, and it's filled with all of these little things.
Single-celled organisms? We'll start there. Single-celled organisms.
So think of it this way. They're on top of that one single-celled organism is an individual like you or I who has consciousness. It's using a microscope to look down on microscopic organisms of its own.
Yeah.
It's just going to, dude, whoever right now who is listening and is stoned off of your mind, you're like,
high as fuck.
What the fuck? Yeah, but no, this is basically just sativa brain food right now.
If you haven't caught on,
smoke it if you got it.
This is one of those moments where I just yell, I'm high as fuck. And I'm not really high as fuck, but it's just.
I'm a little high.
Yeah.
I smoke on the way here. Yeah.
I got friends in low places.
Do you?
No. Country doesn't really adapt well to us singing on the show.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what was my country song that I was coming up with? Jesus, take the wheel.
That's already a thing.
I'm too drunk to drive. No?
I remember that, yes. Yeah, and then I said I was going to make a song about something else. I don't remember.
Anyway.
It was our private chat with Jeremy. Why are you airing out dirty laundry?
Yeah, we're weird. So, anything else on the macroverse? Macroverse, unified theory.
Macrocosms and microcosms.
Macro orgasms. I'm having one right
Obviously,
now.
the two of us alone, I don't think we're going to arrive to the answer. But we're getting close.
No, I mean, again, I don't think... I could feel it coming back again.
In your ass. But this is the first Spitballing episode, and we're going to invite other guests that have been on the show before to do more Spitballing episodes.
So for those of you who have been on the episode and you actually listen to the fucking show, reach out to us to continue this.
That's your invitation right there. So if you don't hear this, you're not going to be on the show. I'm kidding. No, we are. We are going to invite.
Or even though some of you who haven't yet been on the show, if you want to be a part of the Spitballing episodes, we're gonna actually get a mason jar with a lid so we can continuously put more spit in this spitball.
Yes, and the Spitballing episodes will forever be about unifying the unified theory of paranormal.
The unified theory of something can't be nothing.
Yes, and we'll have a bunch of other little mini thingies, little tangents,
like micro penises.
To that, yes, like little micro penises.
You know what I want to do? Remember we were talking about like little dildos and shit when we actually have
little Bilbos?
Bilbos, yeah. Little dildos on that one episode.
What if it was a dildo that looked like a Bilbo?
You know how they have for like bachelorette parties, they have little gummy dicks?
Yeah.
We gotta have like when we have our studio, our like the Age of Radio studio, we should have like bowls of like little tiny gummy dicks. So do you want to talk about?
We'd be dirty men if we had vaginas. See the double standard, and that's why we talk about what we do.
Ooh, a bowl full of gummy butterflies.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what those are. And this one over here has the caterpillars.
No, it's just 4 dicks attached to one stick.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's the dragonfly.
Yeah. Have you ever seen dragonflies fucking while they're flying?
Yes, backwards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Who's flying backwards?
Me.
The top or the bottom? The front or the back?
I don't know.
Okay,
I think the bottom is flying backwards because it's trying to find like a hard surface to smack it into because it's being raped.
So we basically just raped the topic. I mean, scratched the surface of this topic.
Yes.
But that's what we're opening up here.
Right.
Is we want to find a unified theory of the paranormal and then essentially making it not paranormal because we know it's not paranormal.
Right. I'm at my telling a story point.
He's at his telling a story point, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go get a burrito.
Yeah, me too.
There was how long ago was that? About a year ago?
Years ago.
Was it? Has it?
I think it's.
I don't think it's been a couple of years.
About 2 years.
No, I don't think it's been that long. It was.
You were on the
maybe
roof
a year and a half
instead
ago.
of shelf on an elf. You were.
I was
what did I say on a?
Elf on the Shelf. There was fucking remember. I can't remember.
A lush in the brush. I don't know.
No,
what
no.
did I call you? It was funny.
I can't remember. It was funny.
It was a Scott on a. No. Scott on the
Goof
top.
on a Roof.
Goof on a roof. Yes,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
it.
it was Goof on a Roof.
No, that was yours.
Yeah.
What was mine?
I don't remember.
I called you something.
Something. You call me something all the time.
Yeah.
It's so cute. You little pet names.
Oh, fuck. What was it?
So this actually isn't that story of me because this was a different
Yeah, this was
time.
a different one. So it may have been a year.
It was the time when remember I jokingly said I'm going to take your shots because you couldn't drink that night?
Because of a procedure, yes.
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 So towards the end of the night, I had been drinking all night
It was my
long.
birthday,
Yeah.
not this year, but last year.
Last year, yeah.
So
So
it
it
was
was a year
last
ago.
year. It was last year.
I drank 5 shots of Fireball whiskey in a row. And that
And
was
the other thingy that was like Fireball. Didn't you? Oh, no, it was the Cannonball. Never mind.
No, I had the Cannonball rum,
Yes.
which was fucking good, and I drank half
was
that
really
bottle.
good.
And I brought that for you for your birthday, and I
Yes.
drank half the bottle, and I'm sorry. But it was so goddamn good. And so many beers, and so much liquor, and shots and shots and shots.
Oh, yeah. Where
And-
did you liquor?
In the asshole. So
Tongue punched us.
I was the last one here.
Yes.
Right? Everybody else had gone home because I have
They
a
went
really
somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah, we've already established I have a really fast metabolism when it
Yes.
comes to alcohol.
Me too.
I can get drunk, be drunk, and then 45 minutes to an hour later, I'm sober.
I'm going to go out there after we're done and eat a burrito.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, fuck,
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Gonna go take a
I'm
nap.
fine now.
Yeah,
I'm
me
tired
too.
because I had a long day at work. but
Right.
Anyways.
I'm feeling the effects of the alcohol a little bit, but that's just because I haven't eaten yet today.
I'm not because I'm fat.
I honestly, I had a couple of slices of ham earlier, and that's about all I've eaten today.
Yeah, I didn't eat a whole lot either.
And that was probably like 9 hours ago.
Oh,
Anyway, so drunk off my ass.
Yes.
Like I actually got drunk, but not to the point because I never blackout drink, or I never get blackout.
I've never
drunk.
blacked out either. I remember
And
everything I do.
I was drunk, like
Yeah.
noticeably drunk. Like I was slurring words, and I was
You kept saying that you weren't.
no. I was
to a degree.
to-
But you
no,
knew
no,
that
no.
you couldn't drive. though.
not at that point.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the night, yes.
Yes.
But there was a point after those 5 shots of Fireball in a row, I was drunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I know I was drunk, but I was also smoking
We have to
weed,
record
too.
an episode like that at some point.
Because I was also high, too.
Yes. Was that Ron's fault? No,
yes.
he wasn't here. Was he? No,
Was
he
he?
wasn't. He wasn't.
No.
That was during your jam session.
Yeah, that was fun. That honey that he gave me.
We
that
just
was
won't say his
amazing.
last name because
Yeah,
of that.
no.
Okay.
So anyway, so everybody's gone by the end of the night. I'm recovering from being drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep getting this feeling like I'm going to throw up.
But it never comes.
You and your wife were making fun of me. You and the Star Killer, I think, were
Yes.
definitely making fun of me because I kept going to the bathroom, and instead of throwing up, I just kept burping into the toilet.
And I'm like,
And then I couldn't stop. It was just this long belch, and it felt like I was about to throw up, but it was so that's the funny story. Yeah. And then
I mastered
what
it.
is the Star Killer kept saying, "Is he okay in there?"
I'm like,
And
yeah,
I
he's
come out
fine,
for a
he's
bit and we
fine.
chat, and I'm like, it's gonna take me like another couple minutes, and then I'm like, no, I'll be right back.
I'm usually with the whole shh. No, shh. It's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
and I'm like, I got that definite look on your face where
Yes.
you're drunk and you're about to throw up, and I kept getting that look on my face, and I'd be like, I'll be right back, and I go into the bathroom and I'm about to throw up in the toilet, no vomit comes out, just a long gaseous burp. So funny. So that was the story.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you stuck around for that. How did you feel about the situation?
I was there.
I know. Tell me your side of the story.
I thought it was funny.
I told my side.
I thought it was funny. You were safe.
Because literally after all of that gas got out of me,
Ryan Collier has stayed the night here because
Yeah.
of drinking and many other people, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, not many, but other people.
yeah, that's the thing.
Or they
is,
stay
like,
long enough until they're okay.
What's funny is with Brian, he'll be noticeably fine all the way up until that one last beer.
But no,
and
what's
then you're
weird
like,
is-
no, I'm drunk, man. I can't do anything. I'm like,
I could barely tell the difference.
I know. It's literally like you can see
He
the
doesn't really
drunkenness
do
like
a
within like a
whole-
second, and then he's like, I'm falling asleep now.
Then
And
he's
that's it.
done. Drunk, I'm done.
Me, I'm a little drunk and tipsy, and then
I'm
like
more talkative.
a little bit later,
if
and
you
I'm
can imagine
fine.
that. If you can imagine that, when I actually get drunk, I'm more talkative.
So speaking of which, I'm going to finish this beer, and then I'm going to drive to a Filiberto's, and I'm going to buy myself a burrito.
Jimmy John's brought me a burrito.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Jimmy John's has been my wife this entire time. But yeah, so spitballing
You
part
gotta put
one.
the cat in the bag because I got to take it to Filiberto's for them to make my burrito.
So they could scan it and make you some gato bell.
Yeah, got the bell. All right.
So this has been Spitballing episode 1. Very rough, but every spitball episode
Oh, you know what we need to add to
is going
this
to be a
episode?
step closer to our unified theory of the
Adam,
paranormal.
what we need to add to this episode is a sound effect of somebody spitting into a spittoon
Every time.
for every spitball.
Everybody has to
episode.
do their best imitation of that.
Ding. Ding.
Wait.
This is kind of what it sounded like when I was drunk and burping into the toilet.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us for
Check out ageofradio.org
Yes, and all
for all of the Age of Radio syndicate shows and
of our social medias.
all of the social medias. Email us at learningtocurse.
Hey, and if we ever offend you guys,
fuck off.
yeah, that and send us an email. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know what we did or said that offended you. So, somebody on Facebook earlier,
Yeah.
I think it was either today or the day before, was
Yes.
saying like how men were like they worry about their daughters growing up because they don't want them to date men like themselves. Because I'm like, no, I'm hoping that all 3 of my daughters grow up to be lesbians.
There you go.
That would be less worry for me.
They're just guys are terrible.
Because guys are
are fucking
assholes.
terrible.
Except for my son. My son's cool, but I was cool too. I wasn't like a sexual predator or anything like that. I've only had one sexual partner my entire life, so
I was sexual prey.
I'm sorry about that.
Yes. It was just that one time.
It was that one time in Bangkok.
Totally forgot what I was gonna say.
I think you were going to say goodnight, everybody.
No, I was gonna. I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. What were we just talking about? Bearded pepper.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Join us next time when we talk about some more shits.
We will talk about more shits.
Hey, that one time.
Right? I remember that